Hey, my name is Tyner Levico, and my before word is wasted, my after word is tasted. I really could use umpteen words to describe either one of those, but I chose those two because I like those two. This is like my 17th video take because I really like to talk. So if you're a person who likes to listen and likes to talk, I like to talk and I like to listen, so let's meet up and talk about this. Let's talk about our lives. So my first word is wasted, and that really just, it represents my life before Christ because I did a lot. I had a lot to say. I learned a lot. I knew a lot. I had a lot of experiences. They brought me to who I am here. But in the moment, in the time, it really didn't matter at all. And so, like, I don't know, just to give you a better idea, like some of the words that I could use to describe who I was before was like shallow. I was very manipulative. I was pseudo-ambitious about all the big things in my life. I was unapplied when I could have been very applied and exceeded a lot of things. I was rebellious. I was unnecessarily deviant. I was nihilistic and skeptical and cynical. And overall, I was very, very selfish. All throughout high school, I had a lot of messy sexual relationships that didn't need to be there. I had a lot of messy friendships that didn't need to be there. That could have served a much greater purpose in my life, and I could have actually done good for someone instead of like just leaving friends, girlfriends, family members wounded from who I was. I was definitely very selfish. I was an atheist. I was a nihilist. I didn't believe anything meant anything really. I didn't believe in love, sadness, happiness, which is really ironic that I'm now a Christian and I now believe in all these things. So I didn't want to become a Christian. Like, it wasn't something I was seeking. Like, I like learning about religions, I like things like that, but I wasn't seeking or searching to find Jesus Christ or the ultimate truth because I thought truth was relative. I thought truth was when I made it. But one night, after a bout of depression that just made no sense to me, a month of just absolute joylessness and drudging around, not wanting to do anything, and like all of the pursuits that I had vainly in my life just all went to shambles, and I thought like I could make my life like this awesome thing by my own will, but I couldn't. And so like I just fell into this depression, and one night I said a prayer, and saying a prayer was just like, it was just like some silly thing that I did. I'm like, I'll say a prayer, it can't hurt, you know, because nothing's helping this situation. But the next night I found myself in a grocery store after midnight, in some sort of cosmic supernatural event where I actually smiled. So like I found myself in the middle of a grocery store in front of this youth pastor that I knew from my yesteryears, and his new wife and their brand new baby. So I saw him as I turned a corner, and I just like looked at him and started bawling my eyes out, which is really weird because I didn't cry. Like I don't believe in sadness. Like the last substantial time that I remember crying in my life was my grandfather died when I was like 11 or 12. I saw him and I just knew something was wrong, and he, like, this is like almost exactly 24 hours after my prayer, and he looks at me and he says like, hey man, it takes your whole being to believe in Jesus Christ, like, so there's probably some gaps that you have to overcome, but I'm willing to help you with those. And I just looked at him and I said, no, I don't need that. Like, just something in me, like, I knew who Jesus Christ was. Like, I'd heard the gospel before, but it never really permeated my thinking. But at this point, like, it just all clicked. It was just like, oh, I know this, I need this, I want this, I desire Jesus Christ. Like, I don't really know how he's going to work in my life, but I know right now, in this moment, that I want it. And so I was just, like, exceedingly happy after being incredibly depressed. And so, like, my life was, like, down here, and then I tasted the glory and greatness of who Jesus Christ is, and I was like up here. It was like black and white. Like I tasted the glory and grace of Jesus Christ, and it seems like a very intangible, very abstract concept, and if you haven't heard it before, and like if you haven't wrestled with it, it is very abstract, but it's something like I'd love to talk with you about. And so after that, like, my life before, where I would nihilistically put my own meaning onto things to serve myself, like, that started convicting me. Like, I was skeptical for a little period of time, but all that skepticism only proved that Jesus Christ was real, and Jesus Christ had really interacted with my life. And after I tasted the glory and greatness of Jesus Christ, like, joy started to fill my life, and meaning things started to fill my life, I definitely started to be more motivated, because there was a foundation to my motivation. So that's my before and after. It was meaningless and wasted before, and after I tasted the grace of Jesus Christ, it's very joy-filled.